This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. 60-year-old dressmaker ambushed and shot dead at home in Flanker. The St. James police are probing the murder of an elderly woman who was shot and killed by gunmen at her home in Flanker, Montego Bay, in the parish on Monday night. The police have released the name of the deceased woman as 60-year-old dressmaker Veronica Collins of New Road in Flanker. Reports are that about 11 p.m., Collins arrived home and was pounced upon by gunmen who shot her several times before making their escape. The dressmaker was rushed to the Cornwall Regional Hospital, where she was pronounced dead. No motive has so far been established for the killing. Search on for gunmen who shot passengers on bus in Gregory Park. The Greater Portmore Police are searching for gunmen who opened fire on a passenger bus in Gregory Park, St. Catherine on Monday. 2 men were shot. The bus was reportedly traveling on the Gregory Park Main Road about 6:30 a.m. when a man who was being chased by armed thugs entered the bus seeking refuge. The gunmen opened fire on the bus, hitting the man and the security guard who was a passenger. The men were transported to a hospital where the guard was admitted in serious condition. Man accused of executing friend to return to court November. A St. Catherine man who is accused of shooting his friend to death in an unprovoked incident is scheduled to return to the gun court on November 25. The accused, Omar Campbell, reportedly killed his friend after assisting him with transportation from Marcus Garvey Drive, where his motorcycle had developed mechanical problems. The Portmore St. Catherine resident, who is known as Up, is charged for the June 24, 2019 murder of 27-year-old custom broker Julian Chen, who was killed on Harbor Street in downtown Kingston. According to police reports, Chen was reportedly traveling on Marcus Garvey Drive in the wee hours when his motorbike broke down. It is further reported that contact was made with Campbell, who organized assistance for Chen to be picked up. He had also traveled to Marcus Garvey Drive. Chen was reportedly picked up in his minivan by another of his friends and transported to Harbor Street. However, after exiting the vehicle, he was reportedly shot and killed by Campbell, who had been traveling in another vehicle. Chen's body was reportedly found by the police around 2:30 a.m. with what appeared to be a gunshot wound to his head. The police later theorized that Chen was killed as a result of an internal gang feud. Last Thursday, when the matter was mentioned in court, a new date was scheduled and Campbell's bail was extended. Attorney at law Kemar Robinson is representing Campbell. Man accused of molesting disabled girl at children's home to face Q&A. The 47-year-old man who allegedly sexually assaulted a 16-year-old disabled girl at a Hanover-based children's home is expected to face a question and answer session with investigators tomorrow. The police had launched an investigation into the incident following a report. Reports are that on June 10, the girl was on the compound of the children's home when the male employee, who is said to be a chef, took her into a bathroom on the compound and allegedly sexually assaulted her. The incident was later reported by the child to a caregiver at the facility. The accused was turned over to the police by his attorney on Saturday. On Monday, Superintendent of Police in charge of the Hanover Police Division, Sharon Beeput, told the news that investigations were progressing well and the charges could be made soon. Former MP Ernest Smith recuperating after crash in St. Anne. Prominent attorney and former parliamentarian Ernest Smith is reportedly recuperating at home after he was involved in a motor vehicle crash in the Brownstown area of St. Anne on Tuesday. Smith did not receive serious injuries in the crash that reportedly occurred in Friendship near Brownstown. Details of the incident are sketchy, but it is understood that on Tuesday afternoon, Smith was driving his motor car when he allegedly lost control of the vehicle and crashed into a utility pole. The utility pole was reportedly broken as a result of the collision. While the vehicle was damaged, the attorney was not badly injured, reliable sources informed the news. Meanwhile, Councillor for the Brownstown Division in Northwest St. Anne, Kim Brown Lawrence, posted on her Facebook page that Smith was recovering at home. Mr. Ernest Smith is at home recuperating, she wrote. Several other persons commented on her post, welcoming the news that the attorney was well. Jamaica murder tally passes 750 for the year. Jamaica's murder tally since the start of the year is now above the 750 mark. Data show that 23 people were murdered across the island over the last 6 days, pushing the number of homicides to 755. 716 killings were recorded during the corresponding period last year. St. Elizabeth man charged with breaching DRMA blames MP for predicament. A man who appeared in the St. Elizabeth Parish Court for breaching the Disaster Risk Management Act on Sunday, June 6, has blamed Franklin Witter, Member of Parliament for St. Elizabeth South East, for his dilemma. Carlisle Maurice of Ballards Valley, St. Elizabeth, on Tuesday pleaded guilty to breaching the curfew after he was seen driving along Exton Road at 9:15 p.m. His bail was extended until August 17, when he will be sentenced. In court, Maurice produced a letter from Mr. Witter giving him permission to be out during the curfew. He is one of a number of persons who have been charged by the Junction Police for breaching the Disaster Risk Management Act after stating that they were issued letters of exemption by the MP. Those who pleaded guilty were fined between $5,000 and $50,000. Others have had their cases set for trial in January and February next year. When contacted, Mr. Witter said the letters were given to the individuals to identify them as farmers and vendors, as they would be on the road after the curfew started. He said he wrote the letters in his capacity as Justice of the Peace. Man accused of fatally shooting uncle turns himself into the police. A 20-year-old man accused of fatally shooting his uncle during a domestic dispute in St. Andrew is now in custody. The suspect surrendered to the police on Monday. He is said to be questioned in connection with the killing of Joseph Smith, a mechanic of Sandy Park, St. Andrew. It was reported that Mr. Smith was at home in Sandy Park on Saturday when a dispute developed with his nephew. The nephew left and returned with an illegal gun, which he allegedly used to shoot his uncle. Mr. Smith later died in hospital. Girl gone missing in St. Catherine. 19-year-old Julia Miller of Gibraltar District, Bagwalk in St. Catherine, has been missing since Saturday, July 10. She is of dark complexion, medium build, and about 160 centimeters or 5 feet 3 inches tall. Reports from the Bagwalk police are that about 6:10 a.m., Miller was last seen leaving home wearing a white top, dark blue skirt, and a pair of white Crocs. Efforts to contact her have proven futile. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Julia Miller is being asked to contact the Bagwalk Police at 876-708-2081, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Motorcyclist and pillion believed to be dead following crash in St. Catherine. A motorcyclist and his pillion are believed to have died from a collision along the McCook's Pen Main Road in St. Catherine on Wednesday. Reports are that the men were driving on a busy roadway when the motorcycle they were traveling on collided with a truck. The incident has caused a traffic pileup in the area where the bodies of the victims sprawled on the roadway. Do not tamper with NWC meters, Commission warns. The National Water Commission is reminding customers that tampering with meters installed by the NWC is a criminal offense punishable by law. It is an offense for customers to willfully engage in any activity that is designed to deny the NWC of revenues from its services. Corporate Communications Manager at the NWC, Andrew Cannon, said at a recent virtual forum geared at spreading awareness on water theft and its impact on the NWC. Persons should not install connections, bypass the meter, or connect meters that have been disconnected due to lack of payment or tamper with meters installed by the NWC or connect the NWC network or treatment without authorization, he added. Cannon said that unless issues related to illegal connections are addressed, it will be very difficult for the NWC to achieve financial viability. That is very important because the provision of water is not a cheap affair. It is a capital-intensive exercise, and that is why we have been stressing that persons pay their bills or be disconnected, he said. Cannon said that the NWC is committed to implementing strategies aimed at reducing losses due to theft and to maximizing revenues and to operational efficiency, such as its current disconnection drive. Unfortunately, approximately 50% of the disconnected water supplies are restored illegally. Therefore, the impetus to pay is very low, which affects revenue generation and the supply received by paying customers, he noted. Water theft reduces the flow of the pressure to paying customers and communities. Persons who steal water have no regard for those affected, and that is why the NWC engages in forums like these to raise awareness on illegal connections, which refers to the unauthorized usage of water and sewer services provided by the Commission, he added. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.